Fortunate enough to be tuning and testing this Polo 6C GTI that you can see over my right shoulder most likely. Given that this Polo GTI is now sporting an IS38 Turbo from a Golf R and all of the supporting hardware from VUDU Performance, we're expecting to see up to 400 horsepower. This particular car has had a Golf R high pressure fuel pump as well. So given all this hardware, we felt that it was best to bring a full video together, give everybody the full ins and outs of what we do to achieve this sort of figure on one of these cars, and also see us drive it around the Peak District. So as you can see behind me, we've now got the stage 4 figures from this Polo GTI. The main thing that I'm impressed with is the consistency. We've always said that we've got some really good software for this 6C platform, and running 4 runs back to back and being within a couple of horsepower and half a foot-pound of torque across 4 runs is really impressive. That doesn't just mean that the file is perfect, but this car has got everything that we recommend for a stage 4 car. So the hardware and the software working together is what's producing these awesome figures, and obviously the consistency that goes with it. So we've managed to achieve 361 horsepower at the wheels, which is 398 at 10% correction. So most people would quote at 15% correction on a front wheel drive car, which would actually put this over 400 horsepower. We're very conservative about how we do that now, just so that we don't have any disappointed customers. But this car is right around that 400 horsepower mark, and it's doing a consistent 357 foot-pound of torque. So you could turn that up and we could run more boost and more torque in the mid-range, but ultimately that might then create too much heat, and what we'll probably find is it'll either pull time in, close the throttle, get too hot and essentially not be consistent. So I'd rather make it 357 foot-pound every run rather than 371 run and 340 in another run. So we're going to pull the data logs up, we'll go upstairs on my computer and hopefully you'll be able to see it. We'll talk about the data, we'll help you understand why it's so important to look at the data as well as the dyno graph, and then we'll take this car out and go for a blast. Now that we've had the opportunity to take a look at the dyno graphs, this is where the really important part for us comes in the form of the data logs and looking into what the car is doing. So from this we can see what the ECU is trying to achieve and what the engine's actually producing, from things such as boost pressure, ignition timing, throttle control, all of those kind of things. So for example, if the car tries to make too much boost, it'll close the throttle to control the boost pressure and bring it back under control. So if we've got a wide open throttle throughout the run, that means we've got no issues. We can see on this log that the boost pressure target is very close to the boost pressure actual, which means that we've got a healthy result. We've got a really good ignition trace here. Right up at the top we're making a maximum of 12 degrees of ignition timing, and the maximum boost pressure that we make in the mid-range is around 1.82, so we're right where we need to be. Up at the top it drops down to 1.4 bar, so we're exactly where we would expect this car to be to make the kind of figures that it is doing. We can see on cylinder 1 we've got just short of 1 degree of ignition being pulled out by the ECU, so it's doing exactly what it should do. If that gets too high, we would adjust the software accordingly. Now, I suspect when we go on the road and we've not got the car under load on the dyno, it will actually pull no ignition timing. So we do this process stock and then obviously tuned to make sure that we're where we need to be. We do it on the dyno and then we follow up with doing it on the road. Reason being is there's 2 different load sites. Obviously a dyno loads the car much more heavy than the road, particularly ours where it's a hub dyno versus a rolling road where there's the inertia of the wheels moving. So that's why we can be so specific with our tuning. So I'm completely happy with this log. I'm thinking that it should be really quick on the road. We've got really good boost pressure, we've got fantastic ignition timing, it should drive awesome. So we'll take this car out now and we'll get some more data logs on the road and have some fun. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and if you want to learn more about the tuning side on this particular car or any other model, please visit the website. We'll drop a description below, send us an email or give us a call.